Welcome, Liz, to the latest edition of Women in Business Exclusive. And don't worry about it, I know you're a bit nervous. All we're going to do is talk a little bit about you and what you do,
Okay.
your experiences of networking, and why you love women and would recommend that to anybody who's out there who's got a business. Is that all right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, thank you for
Good.
having me.
Do you want to tell everyone what you do?
Yeah, so I'm a self-employed mortgage broker under the umbrella company of The Mortgage Mum. So I do residential and buy-to-let mortgages.
And how long have you been doing this for?
I started doing mortgages in 2018, and then I've been with The Mortgage Mum since April 23.
And what do you love about what you do?
I love helping people. So I like helping first-time buyers that don't sort of have a clue and that need the handheld. And then people that have gone through a separation and don't know where to start. So I just like helping people.
But before you did this, from our previous conversation, you've been working mortgages before, haven't you?
I did admin
Yeah.
before I qualified. So I
Mm.
was admin for a mortgage broker. Yeah.
Uh, and how long have you been networking with women?
Since your first meeting at Altrincham. So was
Uh,
that October 23?
3. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was my
And
first time networking. Yeah.
tell me about you. Tell me, because you had to take a deep breath, didn't you, and step
I
up.
needed a drink before I stepped in that room. I didn't, but I could have quite easily had a drink.
Yeah. And you came all the way from where do you live? Hyde.
Yeah,
Yeah. Came all the way from Hyde to Altrincham.
yeah. I just
Why?
wanted to sort of come out of my area and reach different people in a different area. Yeah.
So fast forward, I got to know, a year and a bit. Um, what has networking in general done for you personally and professionally?
I'll have met loads of wonderful women,
Hmm.
and just massive like confidence boost as well. And everybody's so friendly and encouraging and supportive. So I look forward to the monthly meeting now.
Do you not shit yourself anymore?
No.
So how has it helped your business?
I think it's just made me more recognised in different areas and people recommending me in different areas. So yeah,
So have you got work from?
yeah, I have received work from it. Yeah,
Good. That's good.
and it's not necessarily that your the work will come from somebody within the group as such. It's who they recommend you to
Yeah,
outside of
yeah,
the group.
yeah.
Yeah,
And that's what it's all about, isn't it? Because
yeah,
I always say that networking, if you're in the right place, the right room, then we are your greatest cheerleaders and your salespeople, really, because you've got 12 to 15 women all telling everybody about you.
yeah, yeah.
Brilliant.
And I think also it's not necessarily just my business it's helped me personally because there's other people in the room that can sort of help you grow and develop.
There was a lady who visited because your background, I don't know if you want to share your background, but you wanted to maybe start dating again, but you didn't really know if you
Yeah,
wanted to. There was a lady who visited, wasn't she, and who actually does events. Did you go
yeah.
on that net? Did you do anything like that?
I haven't gone on one of those just because they're in an evening and I really struggle because I'm a single parent with two young children.
Mm.
So they're all in an evening.
Yeah. So we need to get some daytime stuff going on, don't we?
Yeah.
Because I actually don't. I haven't got kids, young kids, but I don't like going out in the evening.
No,
I like to do all my stuff in
during the
the
day.
daytime. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe be on for 6. Do you want me to
Yeah.
push?
Yeah. But it just like it's it's just harder work to get somebody to have the children and then I sort of keep that time for maybe doing things with my girlfriends and I limit, yeah, so I haven't been on one of those. But I've used the services of other people in the group and what they offer.
Um, so I want to talk about something now that we found. We went out on Saturday where we were doing a surprise leave and do for Maria, and Maria was telling me that we should talk about all of your awards that you've won. I'm like, all? How many? So do you want to tell us about all your awards that you've won in 2024, please?
It's embarrassing.
Why? Why is it embarrassing? Because that's all about reward and recognition, isn't it? You've done
Yeah, it is.
a
Yeah.
bloody good job. Um, and we need to talk about it more.
Okay. So it was at the like we have it for the Mortgage Mum, they have a joint Christmas do and awards evening. So they gave out, I think there might have been about 11 awards and there's about 30 odd mortgage mums and I won three awards. So- And I struggled carrying these glass awards home to Kent the next day when I was hungover. But I won the first award that I won is one of the Mortgage Mum's core values, and it's the 4-10-10. And it sort of shows resilience and perseverance. And it's voted by other members of the Mortgage Mum, and they sort of voted me for that one. I think just because of I have gone through difficulties in my personal life over the last 2 years, and I've continued to grow my business, and I sort of, yeah. And then the next one was the Mortgage Advisor of the Year. So that was based on the total revenue that I'd written within the Mortgage Mum. And then the last one was the Mortgage Mum of the Year. So again, that was voted by other mortgage mums. So, yeah, quite
And,
chuffed.
and do you believe it? Because sometimes you think, God,
So
I know because you're just doing you, aren't you? You're just like,
yeah,
well, everyone does this.
yeah.
I'm
I
just
know
doing,
when I first interviewed for the mortgage one, because even though you're self-employed, you have to be interviewed and accepted. And I was like, they're just taking me from me because they didn't actually ask how many mortgages I can write a month and what revenue I can bring in. It was just me as a person. But I think that's why at the mortgage mum, everybody gets on, even though it's a massive group of women. There's no like bitchiness and it's like that at Women, isn't it?
yeah,
Everybody just gets on and is so supportive and you're sort of taken for you as a person.
yeah. Yeah, for the first time ever at Wibbin, I feel like I fit in.
Yeah,
All my previous life in my career, I felt the odd one out,
yeah,
always the odd one out.
yeah,
Like I thought I was the problem, like
yeah,
what's wrong with me? And everybody else is a problem. That's what I like to say now. It wasn't me, it was everybody else. But yeah, it's great to be surrounded by women who pick you up, cheer
yeah,
you on, support you, want the best for you. Um, I say
yeah,
there's no place I'd rather be than hanging out with ladies in the Wibbing community. It just ace.
yeah,
Which I went out and got drunk all the time, but I can't. Because we went out on Saturday, wasn't it, for Maria's
yeah.
leaving do. I had a glass. I thought, God, it'd be great to stay out but I was in bed for ages.
And then it's like the getting home and the taxi situation and all that. It's just
You don't
like,
miss that, do you?
oh, no.
That's the bit you don't miss.
Yeah.
So before you came networking, before you dared to step in the room, what was your experience of networking before?
I've never been to a network event before. And I like an advert came up on Facebook. That's how I found out about you. It must have my Facebook must have known that I needed to go to your
Yeah,
group and it came up and I was like, right, I'll do that. That sounds like a good thing. Because I had heard of other networking groups that are like in the morning and are more figure heavy and what you can bring to them and things. And I just thought that isn't for me. And in the morning, I couldn't do that. Whereas Wibbing in the day when my children are at school, yeah, it fits
yeah,
in perfectly. And because
yeah,
it's once a month, it's not too much time out when you're self-employed and you need to be earning your money.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it definitely fits in really well.
Yeah, it is finding that right balance, isn't it,
Yeah,
of your pipeline work, 'cause that's what networking is, isn't it?
yeah,
It's getting known, telling everybody you exist. It's all about the future,
yeah,
but you still need to balance it up with the income that you need to
yeah,
earn today.
yeah. Yeah, you couldn't
Um,
just go to one meeting and think it was worthwhile. That isn't, you need to be there.
and some people, when they do, I call everybody before anybody comes to a network meeting, I do ring everyone because I want to find out a little bit more about them, want to find out about their business, ask what's their experience of networking and tell them a little bit more. And I do set those expectations. But there's some people, and these are the people that won't be right for, I'll be honest, who say they say to me, look, who's in the room? I'm not coming till I know who's in the room. And I like say, well, it's kind of the wrong question. It's who do they know who's in the
Yeah,
room? And you won't know that until you get there. And then they always go, well, if I don't get work within the first two sessions, I'm not coming again? I'm like, well, and I go, well, that's okay, because that's not really
Yeah, you're
what
not,
it's about,
they're
is
not the
it?
right fit for your
No.
groups.
And I lovingly let them go. Like, brilliant. Well, good luck. I hope you find what you're looking for. Um, so you've been a member now, it's October 2023, and I always like to put you outside your comfort zone. I don't know what it is. It's because you
I'm not
can
doing a choir.
not do. No, but you are. You have said yes to being a group leader, haven't you?
Yes, I have. Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm opening a group in Marple,
Hmm.
which is going to be closer to you, isn't it? To the
Yeah.
other side, um, with hopefully with the lovely Lauren, and that's going to be happening in March.
Yeah.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. Just got to find a venue. Are you looking forward to that?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
All
I
right,
am.
brilliant.
Well, I am. Yeah. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing it. I am looking forward to it. Obviously, I am nervous because that's the type of person I am, but you wouldn't trust me with doing it if I couldn't do it.
No, no,
So,
yeah. So I'm really looking forward to that. And if it wasn't for amazing women like you in my networking groups, it wouldn't be possible to bring more networking groups to more people.
yeah.
Yeah. So I just need to nail that down, actually. That's a task that's on my list today. So what are you doing now that you wouldn't be doing if it wasn't for networking?
I wouldn't have gone out on Saturday afternoon/evening if it wasn't for networking.
But aren't all those women lovely? Do you mean,
Yeah.
do you class them as friends now?
Yeah.
I do, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know that you can just ask for help and support and advice and yeah. And there's so many like Ashley's going to be doing my social media for me from February. So yeah,
I think
that's
we're all Ashley's clients, aren't we? Which Ashley's going to be, I think she's going to do one. This is a great story. She started a business. She started coming networking, representing another business. She loved all the support that Women gave everyone, that gave her the courage to start her own business, that gave her the courage to leave her employment and go full time. I mean, I can't wait for that story.
yeah,
That's great.
that's yeah, yeah. And I wouldn't
Yeah.
have found Ashley if it wasn't through networking.
And it's not something when you want someone to do your social media, you don't just Google on, I was going to say Yellow Pages, I don't think we've got Yellow Pages anymore. On socials, I need a social media person because they need to know you don't that.
Yeah.
I
Need to
personally,
click, yeah, and Ashley knows me as a person or know how I want it doing and what it to look like. So
yeah.
yeah,
And that takes time, doesn't it? You can't just
yeah,
say, I've an idea today. But also, um, you need to have the courage as well, the confidence. You need to know when you need it, don't you?
yeah,
And if you haven't met Ashley, it might have taken a bit longer, wouldn't it?
yeah. I'd just be hardly posting or doing a bit ad hoc like I do. So yeah.
That's
Mhm.
great.
Yeah.
Stuffed. And this is why I like to do these interviews because I go to the meetings, I'm there in the background doing all the visitor inviting, making sure we've got speakers there and hosting the events. But I never see, I never hear, I never know what else goes on, what's happening
Yeah.
outside the meetings. And it just, honestly, God, fills my heart with joy knowing that all these things are happening
Yeah.
behind the scenes because it works. I just want to, it's like you need that evidence to know that it is working, even though you know
Yeah.
it's
It's
working.
definitely working, yeah. And even like Helen, the farmers, how do we say her?
Pharmacist, nutritionist.
Yeah. Even though like I've not actually used her directly, I, because she's done her talks in the meetings, I'm now more conscious as to what I'm eating and
Hmm.
how much sugar and things I'm taking in.
Yeah,
So
fiber.
I feel like she's in my ear, like,
Yeah.
Liz, what are you doing?
Well, yeah, because Phil makes the food, and you sit next to Helen, and you're
I'm
very
like, can I
just
have a piece of
not
cake, Helen?
not picking the cake up and having the fruit. Yeah. Um. So, what 5 words best describe women? What are your 5 words?
Supportive, encouraging, friendly. Um,
Are you doing that underneath?
yeah, I am. Could you tell? Like it's not necessarily a word, but pushing boundaries. So
Comfort zone.
yeah, my comfort
Yeah,
zone's
yeah.
been pushed, and then I need one more. Joyful.
Joyful. I love that. Thanks very much. And then, what top tips have you got for somebody else who might be like you? Do you remember back in the day when you've never done networking before? What would
No.
you say to somebody else
And
who might
coming
be
in
like
and
that?
doing a monthly minute when I hadn't got a clue what on earth was going on. Yeah, I think anybody that's like an ounce of considering it, just go and give it a go because you've got nothing to lose.
Mm.
So, and so much to gain from going and doing it.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
people always say to me like, I don't want to be a member. I said, it's okay. You don't have to be a member. Just by coming once, you don't know someone in that room needed to meet you
yeah,
at once, and you needed to meet somebody else. Even
yeah,
if you just come once, I'm all right with that. Because
yeah.
people bring you everything you need. And if you sit at home, um, behind a computer, on phone calls, just doing the client work, you're not gonna be able to get all your needs met.
No, you're not going to be able to grow.
No. Um, that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward. When's Altrincham next? It's the third
Third
Tuesday, isn't it?
Tuesday. Yeah.
Third Tuesday. It's Altrincham and Hale. We meet at the Garrick in January, but in February we're moving to Hale Barnes. We're going to meet.
I didn't know this until the other day.
Oh yeah, I need to do an announcement.
I think you've like threaded it in like quietly and it's getting through to
I'm going to
everybody.
do an announcement. It's like I've made up my mind, and I think that's it. It's like, can it not? Can you not just not do that? I've made up my mind, so I must tell everybody. But I was going to do the announcement in the meeting and then follow up with an email.
Okay.
That would be all right, wouldn't it? I'll put it
Yeah.
on the WhatsApp
Everybody
group.
knows anyway, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Are you going to bring your awards in?
Yeah, because what else am I going to do with my 3 glass awards that are they're on a shelf, but who else am I going to show them to? So yes, I'm going to bring my awards. Yeah.
Cool.
And then Ashley can take pictures ready for my social media.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Brilliant. And that's what we all do.
Yeah. Hmm.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
And I'll
much.